Hi, everybody. Welcome to a podcast on a profession called executive search. Here, we are going to explore executive search and its nuances. Hi, I'm Rajesh Pundir, managing partner at Executive Access. And today, we will dive deep into the basics of executive search, aka headhunting. Historically, headhunting referred to the practice in some tribal societies of taking an enemy's head as a trophy. It symbolized bravery, victory, and power. However, in the mid 20th century, the business world borrowed the term. Instead of hunting heads, literally, recruiters were hunting talented heads to fill key roles. The phrase started appearing way back in the 1940s and 50s, hence it stuck. When most people hear the word headhunter, they imagine someone flipping through a database, scrolling LinkedIn, trying to poach talent. But the truth is far from that. Executive search is slower, it's deeper, and very often it decides whether a company thrives or struggles in the years ahead. It dabbles into the most important aspect of business that we call people. I have been in the industry for over 2 decades. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Executive search is not about jobs. It's about futures, the future of a company, the future of a leader, and sometimes even the future of an industry. Now, let's clear a common misconception. Executive search is not the same as recruitment. Recruitment is about filling positions quickly, efficiently, and often in bulk. Think of it as a matchmaking at speed. Search, on the other hand, is about solving leadership puzzles. When a company or its board calls us, it is rarely because they can't find resumes. There are resumes everywhere. They call us because they're looking at leaders who can carry the weight of the company, lead it, inspire teams, and can grow the organization. And that's exactly the reason retained search exists. Unlike contingency recruitment, where speed is everything, talented search is about focus and partnerships. A client retains us because they don't want 50 names. They want those 4 5 names that truly fit the role, the culture, and the mission. In that sense, search is less about supply and it's far more about strategy. Let me share a story with you. A few years ago, a traditional consumer company came to us. They were about to embark on a digital transformation, but their culture, very old school, they needed a new CEO. On paper, dozens of people looked perfect. They had the degrees, the experience, the right title. But when we layered in the context, the board's aspirations, the internal team dynamics, and the market headwinds, the list shrank dramatically. The person we finally placed wasn't the obvious choice. In fact, some stakeholders were hesitant, but this leader understood both the worlds, the discipline of legacy and the agility of digital. Within 2 years, revenues doubled, attrition fell, and digital wasn't feared anymore. It became a part of the company's DNA. That's the power of context. That's what makes executive search different. It's not about who looks best on paper, it's about who fits best in reality. The philosophy of search is simple. Context matters far more than resumes. We spend weeks listening before we even pick up the phone, listening to the client, to the market, and sometimes even to the subtle topics inside the boardrooms. Because leadership hiring isn't just about skills, it's about timing, it's about chemistry, and more importantly, alignment. Sometimes the best advice we give is uncomfortable. We have told company leaders that these expectations are unrealistic. We have told promoters that dream candidates don't exist. And I believe that honesty is at the heart of this profession. That's owing to the fact that if a headhunter only delivers what you want to hear, they're not doing their job. They are doing sales. Over the last 20 years, things have changed around us. Family businesses are at the forefront of transforming. Boards are serious about succession. Multinationals treat India as a true hub, and startups, the new kids on the block, push us to find leaders who can scale from 0 to 100 overnight. Each context is different. A family owned conglomerate needs someone who can navigate legacy and loyalty. A startup needs someone who thrives in chaos. An MNC needs someone who can balance global and local needs. In many ways, search in India has matured alongside the economy. Clients are sharper, candidates are more global, and the stakes are very, very high. There is another side people don't always see, and which is trust. When companies give out searches, they're often at a vulnerable moment. Succession issues, underperformance, and sometimes even a crisis of confidence. They trust us with sensitive information, sometimes even secrets, and that trust is sacred. We protect confidentiality, we balance competing interests, and above all, we safeguard fairness. In many ways, a headhunter isn't just an advisor. We are custodian, a leadership integrity in the market, and that's why ethics matter. A search done the wrong way can damage reputations. A search done the right way can transform them. So, when we talk about executive search, we're not talking about filling jobs. We're talking about shaping futures. And in this series, I want to take you inside that world. The challenges, the myths, the behind the story scenes, to show how headhunters really think. In our next episode, we'll tackle some of the biggest stereotypes about this profession, including why we sometimes say no more than we say yes. Thank you for listening. Signing off, Rajesh.